What's up, nerds and gamers from all walks of life? Icewind Dale is finally here! And boy, this is one that I have been waiting on for a long time. Super excited about it. We have a case waiting for us. We have the Chartling Dragon Premium Miniature and the Adventure Book. We're headed to our friendly local game store right now, and we're gonna pick it up. Follow us on this journey. Come on. All right, guys, safety first. Let's check it out, shall we? I'm really excited about this. This place is cool. Back here is where all of the D&D stuff is. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh. Hey babe, can we get one of these?
I would love one.
Can we get one? Oh, that's so cool. Okay. We're looking for Icewind Dale. We got it. Let's check out. All right, guys, so we made it home, and here we have our entire haul. An entire case of Icewind Dale miniatures, and we have the Chartling Dragon, which we will be reviewing tomorrow, and then sometime this week we're going to get right into the actual Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden adventure book. So we have all of this week. It is going to be something spectacular. So why don't you say we get icy cold and go right into the blizzard that is Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Welcome back, gamers, to very aptly the whiteboard, because today we are taking a look at the latest set from D&D Icons of the Realms, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Now, I have been very excited for this set in particular, primarily because winter is one of my favorite times of the year, and also it is a horror-themed campaign. That's right. It takes a lot of inspiration from movies like The Thing and Alien, having that isolated feeling. Very Lovecraftian elements are thrown in there, as well as the isolation deep within those blizzards and the madness that sets in. So many secrets are thrown across the Icewind Dale and the 10 towns, and you don't know who to trust. And you also cannot see the creatures that lurk behind you deep within the veil of snow. This box set in particular, you may see that these boxes are quite big, and that is because there are huge miniatures in this set. And there's quite a few of them, and we are going to see every single miniature in this entire set because, like I said, we have an entire case that we have unboxed. Now, I went ahead and took them out of the box just because I didn't want to make a whole lot of noise sitting there unwrapping all of the things. I just wanted to get straight into the miniatures and show you exactly what you will get within this set. And these boosters retail for around $16 each, and you can pick up the bricks for around about 120 some odd dollars. You can check out your friendly local game store, and you can also go online to either WizKids and order them, or you can go on somewhere like Miniature Market, Troll and Toad, things like that, and pick up some of these guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that we actually got out of this set, let's go ahead and take the miniatures, the smaller ones, out. And let's go ahead and look at what we have here. So this is an Arctic Fox, 4 of 45. Very simple, little Arctic Fox, very cute. You could probably use this as a pet, or maybe a familiar. Maybe it's something that your druid can take form of. I'm not sure if they can do that with little Arctic Foxes, but I'm sure they can. Next up, well, that is a very menacing looking miniature. What is this? Reged Nomad with Spear. So there's actually two versions of the Reged Nomad. This is 14 of 45, and there is another one that has a different style of weapon here. Very bendable plastics, so this is not going to break on you, but you may have what happened to me with some of these miniatures where it comes out of the packaging and it's warped. Luckily with this miniature that did not happen, but you may have that happen with some of the miniatures. Best way to fix that is actually dipping them in some hot water and bending the plastic back into the place that you want it, and then dip it in some ice cold water. But I love the fur that is on there, and that's from a Yeti. As you can see here, it's little fingers. And everyone in Icewind Dale is just absolutely covered in fur coats and things like that, because Icewind Dale is very cold, the coldest of cold. Ooh, this is a really nice looking kobold here. Very evil looking, and that is because there's something special about this kobold. This is actually a Kobold Vampire spawn, 13 of 45. So this vampire is also a kobold. So you could probably come up with some really cool story elements with that. That's probably one of my favorite looking kobolds. Huh, it's really neat. And let's take a look at the large, or the huge miniature from this set. This is the Frost Salamander. Take a look at this guy. He is an absolute beast. I love the prismatic elements, these this like pearlescent paint. It doesn't show up that well on camera, but if you can take a look there, the pearlescent paint job is all over the miniature. I love the musculature throughout the entire mini, and the different shades and hues of this like dark purple into these darker blues, and then into that really light pearlescent blue. This is very much a creature that dwells within the Icewind Dale. Maybe he lurks within an icy cave, or he's gonna burrow out from the snow and decide to attack your party. This is Frost Salamander, 33 of 45. I think that is a really good first unboxing. Next up, let's see what we have here. All right. First up, this is, let my camera focus, a mountain goat. Mountain goat, 10 of 45. And I can think of so many different ways to use a mountain goat. I love the little rock that he's perched on and the fur detail that they were able to get. They were even able to get, I don't know if my camera will focus. Come on. The eye right there. They were able to get the horizontal eye slit that goats have. That is really something. Maybe I wish that the horns might just be just a tad bit bigger
on this, but I know not all goats have really big horns, but I don't know. I like goats and rams that have the larger horns, but apparently this was a miniature that was really wanted by the community. I think Chris Perkins said that in an interview, so they went ahead and made sure that mountain goats played a big part in this campaign. Now this is a human trapper, 15 of 45, and something very unfortunate happened with mine. That face sculpt. That is quite depressing. All of his face just looks like it melted. Maybe I'll think up some kind of cool storyline to use with him. Maybe he's some kind of abomination or a doppelganger that's transforming. Maybe something akin to the Thing. I don't know. But a lot of really nice detail is on this trapper. I like the fur cape, right into the fur details that go along his coat, into his boots and his bow that he has right here. Very bendy material. Again, I'm loving the plastics that they are using with these new sets. They are fantastic. I haven't had a single piece break on me yet. And I always do sort of a durability test with a lot of my miniatures. And this is an adorable little mini. It is the Yeti Tyke, 5 of 45. And he's just so cute. He's got those little bug eyes and his little horns. He just looks like he is ready to either play in the snow or make a little tussle. Look at his little big feet right there. Oh, that's adorable. I love that. And the large miniature that came in this box was a Crag Cat. Now this is a really unique miniature because we've never had a Crag Cat mini. 25 of 45. And I think this is one of my favorite large miniatures in the set. Not the huges. Of course, a lot of the huge miniatures are my favorite. But take a look at that. First of all, that dynamic pose. It is lunging out of the snow, ready to pounce on your players and eat them for dinner. And it's quite big too, as you can see with this human trapper here. This could be used in all kinds of situations, but I think that these would be great to use as an ambush type of creature to go out and kill your player characters. Wow. Lots of great fur detail in there. And it's showing up more yellow on camera, but it is actually more of this white color. It's very white with these darker blacks that go in through the fur. Some very scary looking teeth. Good mini. All right, next up. And actually this is one of the minis that I'm not that excited about. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. The large out of here. This is the only large in the set that I don't really care for. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But let's go ahead and take a look at the other variant of the human trapper. So this is the female variant, or it could just be a male that has red hair, however that you want to use it. It's the same kind of detailing, the reindeer horns, atop the cape right there with the same fur coat and just a different color pattern on the clothing there. Same pose. The face sculpt is a little bit better on this mini than the other one, primarily because the other one didn't have a face. But I think that the paint detailing on this mini could have been better. It's got a little bit of some kind of like lopsided eye syndrome going on there. All right, next up, we have another kobold. And this is the Kobold Mountaineer, 12 of 45. I love this miniature. All of the different things, tools that adorn its satchel right there. It's got some knives and some climbing gear. Its tail looks really nicely detailed right into its winter wear, which you don't see that on a lot of kobolds, which makes this a great miniature. It's because this kobold is wearing winter wear. I think that is really, really funny. He's got that pickaxe ready to go into the ice. Next up, this is the Gnome Ceramorph, 22 of 45. Yes, that is correct. You heard me. This is a Gnome Ceramorph. It is a gnome mind flayer. I mean, look at how small this guy is. Look at that. Look how teeny. But he is still going to terrify your party and kill everyone there, because we all know what mind flayers can do, and he can do all of that and a little bit more. He's just tinier. I think this is a great miniature. Tiny mind flayer. I love it. And this is the mini that I was talking about. Yes, here comes my choice for the most depressing miniature that I have, because I didn't really need it. But I mean, since I have it, I know that I will use it now. And it is a reindeer, 27 to 45. And some of you out there, you might think, oh, that's really cool, a reindeer. I want that. And kudos, I love that. But I really wish that this slot would have been used for an ice troll. There is not an ice troll in this set, and I wish that there was. And I think that they could have taken this reindeer and swapped it out for an ice troll, and it would have been so much better. But for a reindeer mini, I do think it is pretty good. It's I mean, it's a reindeer. It's in that typical reindeer pose where it looks like it's either gonna leap away, or heck, if you wanted to, you can make it fly away. You could paint a little red nose on there, make it Rudolph, have some fun. The horns are bendy, so they're not gonna snap and break on you. I mean, reindeer. If you needed one, you got one in this set. All right, next up, this is the next box that we got, and this is a miniature that I really was looking forward to, and I think it's super cool, the huge out of this, but I also like this. This is the Orog Ranger, 7 of 45. So it's an Orog, which, I mean, don't come at me in the comments, but I mean, it just looks like an orc to me. It could be some kind of like super orc. I'm honestly not too sure what an Orog is, but I will look it up. And he's got that big battle axe. He's clad in these pauldrons and different pieces of battle armor. He's got his hair up in a ponytail. Looks like he just stepped out of World of Warcraft. He's got his cape. It has some tatters on it. I really like the details on it. The paint application for the armor is very shiny in real life, but not too shiny. It just looks like it is made of iron or steel. So I think that is really cool. Next, we have a Night Hag. And that was actually, I'm glad that I got this because I didn't have a Night Hag miniature. Believe it or not, I have a pretty big collection of minis. I'll show my collection to you all sometime if you would like to see it. I'll do like a my collection video. Let me know if that's something you want to see down in the comments below. But I actually did not have a Night Hag, believe it or not. But I really wish instead of a Night Hag in this campaign, it would have been a Bure Hag. Or a Bure Hag? The Ice Hag. I wish that there was one of those in this set, but there is not. But I love the way that they've done her hair. Has all the little braids in there and the gold bits, and her horns. How they're the gold like that. She has that menacing face. Looks like she's ready to cast a spell. I love the little skulls that are along her belt there. and the staff that they gave her. Really bendy. Yeah, love it. Next up, this is the variant of the other Reged Nomad that we have here. This one is holding a knife that has some elements with a bone in it, and the other one had the spear. But as you can see here, he still has that same Yeti outfit. Not much has changed from the other Reged Nomad mini. Same thing, different weapon. And I really like these guys. I think that they could be some really cool encounters. And here we are with the huge miniature out of this box, and it is the killer whale. Look at that. This is the killer whale. Let's see if the camera will pick up the writing on there. There we go. Killer whale, 30 of 45. And I love the translucent plastic. You can actually see the rest of the whale's tail in there. And he's just coming up out of the water. Not much detail to speak of on the actual orca itself. He does have some pretty razor sharp teeth in his mouth. But other than that, I mean, it's a killer whale. I like the detailing that went into the translucent water plastic there. But that is a really cool miniature. I did not have a killer whale. All right, next up, we have we have a goblin. And this is a goblin that has the same kind of skull, some kind of wolf skull, like the Reged Nomad, but he has that really, really gnarly looking sickle there. Looks like he's ready to attack. He has some fur coming down from his little skull helmet. I think that looks really, really cool. Another Reged Nomad. And here's something that we haven't come across yet. This is a Goliath Barbarian, 8 of 45. And it is suffering from that droopy weapon syndrome. But I'll fix that with some hot water. He has a polar bear helmet on. Nice face sculpt in there, if you can see that. I like the detailing with that leather that is over the wooden part of the shield right there. I don't know if you could pick that up on camera. There you go. Look at that. That's cool. And of course, he's all wrapped up for winter in all of his winter wear. And I don't know if I can express to you how cold that Icewind Dale apparently is. There's the size difference between him and the human trapper. Apparently, Icewind Dale is just, it is so cold that it is uninhabitable. It's uninhabitable. And here we go. This is the huge for that box. And this is a woolly mammoth. I love the plastic. This thing is not going to break. It is, I mean, it is thick. These new plastics, I'm loving it. Bendy tusks. Really nice fur detail all around. You can maybe use this as a mount for some of your frost giants. Or maybe your player characters or some of the enemy creatures like the barbarians or goblins, maybe some of the kobolds or Yeti tykes have tamed a mammoth and they're using it to rampage around. But that is a really awesome miniature mammoth, 32 of 45. We are almost done with our first brick. This is going to be a bit longer of a video, so I hope that you all stay tuned. And we are actually going to be unboxing tomorrow the Charlton Dragon, which is the premium miniature of this set. So stay tuned for that. Be subscribed. Like the video. If you want me to do more of these unboxings, it would greatly help the channel. Here we go. This is a wolf, 20 of 45. And I love that pose that it's in. It has those icy blue eyes. It looks like it is ready to strike. There's a lot that could be used for that. And then here is one of my favorite of the smaller miniatures. Even though in her stat block in the adventure campaign, she is a large creature, they put her on a medium base. This is the Brittle Maiden. This is one of Auril. This is one of her forms, the Frostmaiden herself. And it is this translucent plastic that has all of these little details, these like dry brushed areas that make it look like little snow particles are on her. I don't know if it's picking it up very well in the camera, but you can see the white that goes through her, and that is all along the miniature. That is really cool. Brittle Maiden, 35 of 45. And the huge mini from this box is an Abominable Yeti. This is another one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites from this set, and I'm kind of biased because I just love winter creatures. But look at that. There's a long way to come from little baby Tyke Yeti here. This is a baby. It's a big abominable monstrosity right there, even though it's probably a beast. But, nice details on the fur. He has some yellowing that's going through there. Really nice face sculpt. Love the horns, how they're curling up. And the pretty dynamic pose that he's in. Like he's about to jump off of the cliff tops and attack you. Abominable Yeti, 31 of 45. And next up, this is a really, really cool mini. Ooh, sorry, hit the camera there. Next up we have, whoops. This is a Knoll. And this is a Null Hunter, 24A of 45, so there's a variant version of this Null Hunter. And this is probably the coolest Knoll mini that I have, because it is just adorned in this winter wear with these bones that are going along it, ready to shoot his arrow. Has probably some kind of bear fur or something like that. Really cool. And another Kobold Vampire spawn. Now a new mini, a Knucklehead Trout. And if you all have read the adventure book, you know that their Knucklehead Trout are kind of one of the main food sources for the Icewind Dale. I love the color pattern. Looks very salmon-like. I like the little wave that he's coming out of the water there. Knucklehead Trout, 9 of 45. And I got quite a few of him in this. Now here's the huge, and it is the Tomb Tapper. If you all have been looking at any spoilers for this set, you know that this is one of the coolest minis out of this entire set. The Tomb Tapper. I believe that they are actually made of rock. There's a lot of really nice dry brushing that's going on here all over his body. Makes it look like some kind of rock-like beast. No face, so it's very terrifying, but look at that gaping maw full of teeth within its stomach. And then it has this giant hammer with these runes on the top of it. That is so cool. Tomb Tapper, 42 of 45. And there we go. And last one on Brick 1. This is the last little box. I'm gonna go quicker through some of the minis that we already have taken a look at. mountain goat. Gnome Ceramorph. I love these little, like baby little mind flayers. Here's a new one. A Chwinga. For those of you that don't know, Chwingas are elementals, and they can be little mischief makers. They can cause trouble. They can befriend you. This one has a little snowball that he's holding, and they have these little masks. Nobody quite knows exactly what they mean. This is a Chwinga with a snowball, and there is another variant version of this, 3 of 45, and they are quite small little creatures, as you can see here. And then for the large, everybody go, aww, because I know you all are thinking it. This is a snowy owlbear, and it just looks like the biggest, most cuddly, furry thing that you've ever seen, but it could also tear your face off. Snowy owlbear, 28 of 45, absolutely adorable. You can maybe befriend one of these in your campaign, or throw this at your party and kill them with such an adorable little creature. Okay, second brick, and we got another knucklehead trout. We got another little Kobold Mountaineer. Here's a new miniature. This is a Gnome Squidling, 21 of 45. Another little mind flayer, but just done a little bit differently. He has this little tail that he's perched on, tiny little baby legs, this gigantic head with these darkened eyes and long tendrils. Loving that. And we got another woolly mammoth. Next up, we have a few more duplicates. We got the Reged Nomad with the knife. We got another wolf. I really like the wolves. I think they look good. Another Kobold Vampire spawn. I think I just might make a coven of little Kobold Vampires. Another Crag Cat. Something weird happened on this one, where it looks like the head sculpt is a little apart right there, but it's not too noticeable. All right, third box. We got another mountain goat. Another Kobold Mountaineer. And these two are new. This is a Flind. Look at that guy. The face sculpt is pretty nice, looking very menacing. Got those gnarly looking teeth. And you know that he is the commander of his army. This is the Flind Trapper. He just looks like he's ready to do battle. He has his mace with skulls with these spikes on the end of them. Ready to make some sacrifices to Yunogu. That's cool. And the large from that box was the Winter Wolf, 29 of 45. And this is just a big dire wolf. Look at that. These blue eyes, huge teeth, really nice fur detail. And again, these plastics, they feel really durable. I don't know what they're using, but keep doing it, WizKids. Grade A stuff. I'm loving it. And I really love these clear bases. Some people might not be fans, but I mean, come on. You want to be able to see your terrain. And you can see it definitely through these. I'm loving that. All right, next up. This is a new mini. This is some kind of Durgar, Stone Guard, 17 of 45. I really like that haircut. Looking like just came out of the 80s or the 90s. Has this big rusted sword with this really nicely detailed wooden shield on there. Get some detail like that. Good face sculpt on this one too. You can see the facial expressions on there quite nicely. We got another Yeti tyke. We got another Snow Goblin. And look at that guy. And the large is a new mini. This is a werebear, but it is a polar bear. This is actually a enemy or a friend that you can find within the book, within the Icewind Dale book, Omniartok, the Goliath werebear, 26 of 45. I like the little fish that are hanging from his belt line or her belt line. The hair that is kind of braided and coming down with the eye patch. You know that this bear is ready for business. And I'm loving that axe. And again, very bendy. I'm not gonna break anything. Yeah, that's a good one. And here we go. Some more dupes, but we also have a new miniature within this one. So real quick, Night Hag. This is the new miniature that we got out of this box. This is another character that you'll run into in the campaign. Her name is Avarice, 39 of 45. And she seems to be some kind of tiefling with this white coloration. She does not look like she is ready to take anybody's crap. But you can see her staff. I really like that, how it has this like snowflake on the top of it. Or it's maybe radiating this ice energy. She has her tail, her snowy outfit with her horns at the top. Yeah, that's a really cool mini. We have another Arctic Fox. And I am actually working on getting a Lazy Susan to put these miniatures on so that I don't have to just sit here and hold it for you guys, that you'll actually be able to see the miniatures just kind of spin around. Here's the huge out of this box, and it was another Frost Salamander. Oh. We have another Orog Ranger. I definitely think a lot of people are going to be using that as some kind of orc miniature, maybe a player character. Here's a Durgar Mind Master. 6 of 45. He's looking pretty evil. Pretty basic paint job on him. Nothing too exciting, but he would make for a good villainous character. Here's a new mini. We have a Sled Dog, 19 of 45. I don't know why it made it plural. This is only one dog. And he got beheaded, I guess. You can see the split there. No, I guess that was just some kind of manufacturing error. But little sled dog. I like it. And for the large, we got another reindeer. And for our next box, we got a Chewinga with a snowball. We also got my favorite one of the Chewingas, which is the Chewinga with an icicle staff. 16 of 45. And it has this nice translucent icicle staff right there, translucent plastic. Looks like he's ready to use it. And then we have this Knoll Vampire. You heard me right. Not only do we have vampire kobolds, but we have vampire gnolls in this campaign. And he is actually not, Knoll vampires are not made by a vampire biting a gnoll, but actually from starvation. Extreme starvation can turn them into a Knoll vampire. And I really like these, they're either some kind of horn earrings or tusks that are coming out. I think they're earrings, but that looks really, really sick. Look at that. And this is actually an encounter that you can fight in the book. And for our large, another adorable snowy owlbear. Look at that little chunky boy. And for the last box, we got another Goliath Barbarian. Another Gnome Ceramorph. We got another human ranger. Again, that face sculpt could be better. And then for the pièce de résistance of what I think the entire box is this skeletal Frost Giant. Frost Giant skeleton, 45 of 45. This is the granddaddy. This is the big boy. Look at the tattered clothing that he has and just the withered, old, decrepit bones. You can see the chest cavity. Let's turn this on and get a good look in there. Look at that. I love the expression that they were able to get on him. Looks like he just came out of the Giants version of Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl. He has some kind of like Triceratops skull as a shoulder pauldron. That's cool. And there's his axe all weathered. And he has some kind of helm that has these twisting horns with one of them chipped off. That is insanely cool. There's a human trapper compared to him for size. All right, let's head on to box number 3. On to brick number 3. We're gonna go kind of quickly through any doubles that we got, but here is that Durgar Stone Guard. We got another Snow Goblin. Chewinga with an icicle staff. Now the reason that I'm doing this unboxing like this and showing you guys everything instead of doing what I did with my unboxing of 2 bricks of the Theros collection, I thought that you all might want to see kind of what all that I get out of each box. Let me know if you just want me to show you just the single miniatures and then show you doubles that I got at the end, or if you like this kind of longer format where you get to see everything that came out of each box within the bricks. Let me know in the comment section down below. Crag Cat for the large. Box number 2, Kobold Vampire Spawn. We got another wolf. Another human ranger. Let's see if the face sculpt is any better. A little bit better than the others. Still think it could use more detail though. And for the huge, we got another abominable Yeti. I just think that is one of the coolest looking things. All right. Durgar. Oh, lordy mercy. Well, this is supposed to be the Mind Master, but I don't know what happened to his eyes. Look at his eyes. They're on top of his eyebrows. Oh my goodness. I think I might use this one as, I don't know, like a doppelganger Durgar or something. I'm honestly not too sure. That's a little weird. We got another Squidling. And we got another little baby Yeti. We got a Yeti type. And for the large, out of that box, is another Omniartok, the Goliath Werebear. So maybe one of your player characters wants to be a Goliath Werebear Polar Bear. They have a mini for that now. Who would have thunk it? Next up. All right, and box number 4, we have a Sled Dog. Head sculpt is a little bit better on this one. We got another Knucklehead Trout. And then here is a new miniature. We have the Winter's Womb. Look at that. You can actually see a face kind of in there. And there's a reason for that. I don't know if I want to say what it is though. But this is another form of Auril. The Winter's Womb. 36 of 45. Oh, the Frostmaiden and her many forms. Here's another woolly mammoth. Box number 5, we got a Knucklehead Trout. We got another Flind Trapper. Look at that guy. And we got another Durgar Mind Master. And the eyes are much better on this one. I'm glad they're not on his eyebrows. I'm so glad for that. And then the huge we got out of that box was another Frost Salamander. A very impressive miniature. The pearlescent paint details shows up way better in person, but it is gorgeous. All right, here we go for box number 6. We have the variant version of the Knoll from earlier. If we can find that little Knoll miniature. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so there is Knoll 24A, and here is Knoll 24B. I like this Knoll better. He has that winter white scheme going on all throughout his fur and on his clothing details, and he just looks like a winter Knoll. I like that better than this one. Even though this is a great Knoll miniature, I do think this one fits the theme a bit better. I like that. Okay, and we have a new miniature. This is another character that you get to meet within the Icewind Dale adventure book. This is Velin Harpel, 41 of 45. And she has her little spell book that she's reading from, and her staff. And she has this eye patch. Apparently eye patches are really big, a really big fashion statement in the Icewind Dale. Not too sure as to why. And yeah, I really like the little satchel that's on the side there. That's a great little detail. And everybody is all bundled up in the Icewind Dale, ready for the cold. We have another Kobold Mountaineer. And as for the large, in that box, we have a reindeer. Another reindeer. Don't sense the sarcasm in my voice. And for the next box, we got a little Yeti baby. Absolutely adorable. We got another one of these human trappers, but I don't know what it is with this coloration of the male human trapper, but his face, look at his face, guys. Or should I say lack thereof? I'm probably gonna use this as some kind of, I don't know, creature from like The Thing, or maybe he's just really bundled up and you can't see his face. But man, I don't know what happened to him in the production run. Something bad happened. We got another Reged Nomad with the knife. And this is the prize out of this brick. This is the Frost Giant. And it is, without a doubt, Frost Giant 44 or 45, my favorite Frost Giant that I have gotten out of any of my other sets. This is just a cool, intimidating. Look at his face. He has on his Viking helmet, his little dragon pauldrons right there. He's got his axe, and it would seem as if this is based, the skeletal Frost Giant is maybe based off of this same type of design as this Frost Giant. He has a different helmet though, but he has the same kind of axe. It's just worn down more, and they seem to be wearing very similar clothing, but the beard isn't as long, which is to be seen because this guy's dead. But here is this Frost Giant. oh my God. I love the dry brushing that they did, those little, those white dry brush details that you can see there. I love that because it really makes him look very winter-esque. And here I have, this is from Monster Menagerie 3. This is the Frost Giant from there. And I just think that it looks way better. This one is more like this teal, like bluish green color. And this one just, I don't know, I just think that it looks better. This is a Frost Giant, another one. I want to say this one was from Storm King's Thunder, but I don't know. You guys tell me, which one do you like better? Down in the comment section below. And then here is this Frost Giant next to the Frost Giant Everlasting one from Monster Menagerie 3. They really fit well in scale together. I think that looks really good. But yeah, that's the Frost Giant from this set. Let's go ahead and put him over here. And then we only had one more box left. Let's see what we got. Let's focus. We got another Chwinga with an icicle staff. We got another Knucklehead Trout. We got a new miniature, Nas Lantomir. She's another character that you can meet in the Icewind Dale adventure book, 38 of 45. And she has this little ferret, or little weasel, on the top of her shoulder. She's got her goggles and her thick winter coat. looking very Eskimo-like with her staff at the ready to fight or hunt. She's definitely staying warm. And I want to see what that little ferret can do in the campaign. And for our large, out of the last box of the third brick, we got another Omniartok. So I think I'm gonna have some kind of werebear Goliath party or something that the characters are gonna have to fight. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I got a couple of this guy. And that is it for brick 3. Let's head on to brick number 4. All right, and here we go with the last brick. And we have some more doubles. We got a Kobold Mountaineer. We got another Reged Nomad. Very cool. We got a new miniature, Zadarok Sunblight, 37 of 45. This guy is actually a character, again, that you can find within the Rime of the Frostmaiden adventure book. And a key note about this guy, slight spoiler, in the book he can actually grow in size. And in the Pathfinder, in one of the Pathfinder sets, there is a large version of a Durgar. So if you guys want to check out that mini to represent his bigger form, there's not one in this set for him. But I do love all of the details. He's very king-like. He has his crown right there, made of chartelin. His shoulder pauldron's made of chartelin. This hand that he has in his coat pocket is actually, I think, a gauntlet that has chartelin on it. And he's pointing with his clawed fingers, decked out in some winter gear, just awaiting for his opportunity. Very nice detailing all around. I like how dirty that they made his beard and some of his other parts of his clothing. I think that was a nice detail because Durgars, they reside underground most of the time. So it's a really, really good miniature. We got another Omniartok. Yes, I know, I got a lot of werebears. I will do something with them. Don't know what it's gonna be yet. We got yet another Goliath Barbarian, and he is suffering from the Bindi weapon syndrome. But I will definitely fix it. We got another Night Hag right here. Again, I really wish a Burr Hag, whatever you however that you wish to pronounce those. I wish that they had the Ice Hag in this set. I really just think that that would have been a great addition to it. Here we go with the Reged Nomad again. This is the one that has the knife. And here we are for the huge miniature. This is one of my favorites. And this is the Ice Dragon. Yes, the White Dragon. This is a young adult white dragon. 43 of 45. Now, a little note about this miniature. It actually comes in with the body, and the wings are separate. So the wings actually can come off and on. So if you want to do storage, I went ahead and just used some super glue and attached them because I don't like my parts of my dragons or other creatures to come off. So I just went ahead and super glued it. But look at that. Some really great details went in there, and you can tell that this is a younger white dragon because of his crest and all of the other parts of his body, his wings, his little talons up here, going along the tail ridge. And what I mean by that is, here we go. Here is the adult white dragon miniature. This is the new adult size for their dragons that WizKids is going to start doing. And here is a young adult white dragon. So what I meant by his wings, so there's his wings, and then there is the white dragons. So you can tell the difference between the adult and the young adult. If you want to pick this one up or take a look at the review, I do have a review on this big guy on my channel. Go check out that video if you'd like. I have an entire playlist of all of the unboxings and reviews that I've done on my channel thus far. And I really just like how he's slinking along, just stalking in the snow, looking for his next meal. I think that's a great miniature. I really do. We'll just put him right there. Moving on to the next box. Within this last brick, we have a Chwinga with a snowball. Try saying that 5 times fast. We have another Orog Ranger. Little bendy weapon syndrome there. Come on, bud. There we go. No, bend back. We have another Durgar Stone Guard. And for our huge, we have another Abominable Yeti. Now we go on to the 4th box, and we got another Sled Dog. So you can actually get sled dogs and a sled in Icewind Dale, and you can ride them around the frozen tundra, if you please. Haven't really read too much into that yet. We will actually be doing, like I said, a review on the Icewind Dale adventure book sometime this week, so be subscribed and hit that notification bell to be notified exactly when that video comes up. Here's another Goliath Barbarian. We got another Yeti Tyke here. And that little guy. And we got yet another reindeer. Mr. Reindeer, you are very cute. However, I think an ice troll would have been a better addition. I do apologize. All right, next up, we have a pretty exciting box right here. We got another little Arctic Fox. So there's the Arctic Fox Mini. We got another Knoll Hunter. Yeah, another Knoll Hunter. But this is the coup de grace. You all know her. You all love her. She's on the cover of your box and on the cover of your Icewind Dale adventure books. This is Auriel, the Frostmaiden. This is the Cold Crone. So the Cold Crone, 3445. And I love the translucent plastic that they used for her robes. Like, she is just blending into the icy winds. You can actually see some of the glitter detailing that they did throughout there. You can see her entire body underneath that. I love the fur and the horns. They really captured her essence from the front of the book, from the front cover. I love this mini. See my finger through that? That's how translucent it is. That is fantastic. And the huge that we got out of that box was another killer whale. Another killer whale miniature. Again, another great mini that you're definitely going to need if you're going to go into the icy waters of the Icewind Dale. Another mountain goat. Another human trapper that had a face that got messed up. Look at that guy. He must have really had I don't know what happened in production with these green human trappers here, but something happened with the face. Not too sure what that was. We got a snow goblin. And for our large, we got another winter wolf. Another great miniature. You definitely need wolves out there in the Icewind Dale, especially since it seems the cold crone surrounds herself with winter wolves, it would appear. We got another Durgar Mine Master. Another Flind Trapper. Another human hunter. Almost said trapper. See, these face sculpts came out pretty okay. I mean, not the best, but they came out okay. I don't know what happened with the other one. And for our large, we got a snowy owlbear. I had a little bit of weird paint applications here. As you can see, it's not really supposed to be like that, but hey, it makes each owlbear unique, right? Maybe it's just a different coloration on his fur. Makes him unique from all the other snowy owlbears out there. And this is the very last box out of our entire case. Knucklehead Trout. Kobold Vampire Spawn. We got ourselves a wolf. And finally, for the large, we got another Crag Cat. There you go. And guys, that just about does it for our unboxing of an entire case of the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. I have to say, some of the standout pieces, this frost giant here, the skeletal frost giant, the tomb tapper, the yeti for me, the frost salamander, all the forms of Auril, the Frostmaiden, except for the winter's womb. I don't know, it's just such a tiny little thing. And then of course, I absolutely adore the young adult white dragon here. So guys, that just about does it for the unboxing. Let's go ahead and put all of these miniatures on some Dungeons & Dragons terrain and give you a good look on how they all look out on the battle map, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So as for my final thoughts about this set, I think that this has a wide variety of creatures that would be amazing for any DM to have at their disposal. Or if you're just a collector, this is a winter-themed campaign. There's a lot of great stuff in here, especially if you are running the Icewind Dale campaign itself. Everything that you need is pretty much right here. The only flaws that I saw were really those human trappers. I don't know what happened with the face, and that Durgar Mine Master, something happened with the face there, but other than that, I think this is a really fantastic set. A lot in it. Go get it! So gamers, that wraps up my review and take on the D&D Icons of the Realms Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. This set is not only amazing, but if you are running the Icewind Dale campaign, it's gonna tie right in. You have some primo characters and monsters to throw at your players and give them every kind of horrible thing imaginable. I wanted to thank each and every single one of you for joining me here today. And I also wanted to just say, hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also, like this video if you want to see more content like this. Let us know what else we can do and what your favorite miniature was down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you had fun. Stay safe out there. Be nerdy. And I'll see you in the next video.